Today I messed up by turning the men's room into a murder scene. Obligatory, happened a couple days ago. I work as a cashier in a grocery store and it really gets hectic sometimes, to a point where during a 12-hour shift we get a 15 minutes lunch break instead of an hour at least, or don't even get bathroom breaks as often as we need. I've been joking for a while now that if I was a guy I would have been pissing in a bottle already. So as we ladies already know, periods are the worst, and I'll tell you what, they're even worse when you have a job like this. So because of the few breaks I get, I've noticed pads are not the way to go, even if more practical, let's say, when it comes to changing it fast. Therefore my menstrual cup got called into service again. All is going well, I'm working my ass off as always, dealing with anti-maskers, people yelling at me for me not being able to scan a barcode because some dumbass ripped it off or something, etc., you name it. Then nature calls. I close my till, waddle to the men's room as the ladies is taken, yes, we do that too here, and go on with my business, which is emptying my cup and rinsing it in the sink. Obviously, there's still some blood left in there after emptying, but that's fine, the water will get it. All of a sudden, there's blood all over the walls. I'm standing there shocked, trying to understand what happened in that short second between touching the faucet and standing in the middle of a murder scene all of a sudden. As I hear my colleagues calling me back into work to serve someone who doesn't understand that people have basic biological needs and can't allow 5 minutes for them to go to the restroom and back, I realize I really underestimated the water pressure. Now, I knew the faucet in the men's room was tricky, but it somehow slipped my mind that if I opened it all the way it'd spray the water as hard as some guy spraying down the pavement in a satisfying power washing compilation on Facebook. Ignoring my coworkers' calls, I continued on wiping the walls, using up half the roll of one-ply toilet paper and praying to God and everything that's holy that I got no blood on myself, as the men's room does not have a mirror. I haven't received any complaints from my coworkers yet, so I assume I wiped everything down pretty well. My shift ended yesterday and I sure as hell will drink to that. Too long. Didn't read. I wildly underestimated the water pressure in the men's room and turned it into a murder scene while trying to clean my menstrual cup. Edit, thanks to everyone being so understanding and supportive. I am aware of the issue about how little breaks we get here, just haven't came around to addressing it properly yet. I will definitely try to, though. Also, to the ones saying it's gross, well, thanks for your input, and I thought you should know menstrual cups are a more sanitary, environment and body-friendly option than any other female hygiene products I've come across so far. Edit. Near to, since I feel like I'm just not gonna hear the end of this, to all the guys saying this is foul or unsanitary, wipe the damn seat after yourselves and stop acting like periods are filthy and the whole place needs to be sprayed down with all the bleach in the world now. We have people responsible who disinfect all areas either way, and please forgive every female on earth who menstruates for not carrying a bottle of bleach with them everywhere just in case. This is a today I messed up, not mansplain to me how dirty my periods are. Here we go with edit 3, I emptied it in the toilet first. Then washed off whatever was left in the sink. I genuinely thought that would have been obvious, my bad. Today I messed up by trusting kittens to stay put. Obligatory, I'm on mobile. A couple of days ago I picked up 3 little ginger kittens with conjunctivitis that were found in a shed. Mum was gone and floodwaters were rising fast, so the finder took them to my vet, who passed them on to me. My normal process is to either put them onto a mama with kittens of a similar age, or if they're already eating solids, I crate them separately and do proper isolation so I can make sure they're not sick. These little guys were on solids already, so I decided to crate them separately to sort out the conjunctivitis before I introduce them to new friends. So I feed them and head off to bed. A couple of hours later, they're all crying, so I go back to feed them and one is outside the crate, wandering around. Okay, maybe I didn't close the crate properly? It looked fine, but they're cheap and can be dodgy, so I closed the door tightly and stuck a string around it so they couldn't get loose. The next morning I come out and there's 2 of them asleep, huddling next to the crate. The fuke. I put them back and feed them and go about my day. I'm sitting at my desk doing paperwork and all of a sudden there's a loud screaming coming from outside the door. I walk out and there's 3 little gingers screaming for lunch. So I feed them and put them back and jam the door shut again. And then I sit quietly on the couch and wait. One by one, the little buggers come up to the front of the crate, wiggle out between the bars, waltz along the table and climb down to the floor before running over to me to scream for more food. The second brother even helped push the fattest brother out before he climbed out and pulled the little one out behind him. I can't stop laughing and crying. Let's hope they don't spread conjunctivitis to my cats who decided to help by mothering them, including 2 old desexed ginger males and 1 mother who just recently weaned her litter. Now they're all in isolation. I've wrapped the crate in chicken wire. Let's hope they stay put now. Kitten tax, https://anger.com/gallery/xev2dz too long. Didn't read. Kittens are tiny menaces and I'm going to have a nervous breakdown.